All right, hello.
How's it going?
We're back. It's been a while, but we're here to do the 2020 playoffs. We're just gonna do the first 4 teams, and then we're gonna do the play-in, and then in a future episode, we'll do more rounds from there.
Hockey's back, baby. Let's go.
Just one more month. That's all we need. Then it's time. So we'll start off with doing the Eastern Conference. Right now, first, it's Boston has the first seed, Tampa has the second, Capitals have the third, and the Flyers have the fourth. So whenever they do their little mini tournament,
Yeah, the round robin.
the round robin. I'll just say mine in a row. I'll just say I think it's gonna be Tampa first seed. I think they'll take it. They'll take that one home. Boston will be number 2. The Flyers will be number 3, and then the Capitals are going to be number 4. So, really, it's basically the same. I just think Tampa is more talented than Boston. I think this break is going to help them more. So that's why I have them at number 1, Boston number 2. The Capitals versus the Flyers this season, the Flyers have won every single matchup. They're like 3-0. So that's why I have the Flyers 3rd and then the Capitals 4th.
Yeah, so like all 4 teams are going to play 3 games, and whoever has the best record will get the number 1 seed. I agree. I think Tampa's going to be the number 1 seed. They were looking like the best team in hockey up until the pause. They had a slow start, and after that they kept rolling and finished with the 2nd best record. And then 2nd seed, I like Boston. 3rd seed, I will have the Caps, and then 4th seed, I'll have the Flyers.
Okay, so like basically the same, just
Yeah.
those 2. And then we'll go to the Western Conference. I'll start off. First, I think it is going to be the Avalanche, which is different than the Blues. Originally, it's Blues, Avs, Vegas, Dallas. But first, I'm going to say it's the Avalanche. Like the same thing with Tampa, this pause helps them, honestly, probably more than almost every other team, except one other, but we'll get to them in the future. Rantanen will be back. I think McKinnon was out at the pause, but like all year, they've suffered a lot of injuries and still have had one of the best records in hockey. So I think they'll take the first seed. They're a much more talented team than the Blues. So it's going to be Avs for me, then the Blues, and then the Stars, and then Vegas. I just think Dallas, they had a rough start, maybe, but Ben Bishop, great goalie, Vezina nominee, might win it. And they just have a lot more depth and talent than, honestly, most of these teams. So I'm going to have them at the 3rd, and then Vegas 4th.
See, I agree. I'm going to have Colorado as the 1 seed. I think they'll definitely get that. They're by far the best team in the West on paper. All those stars are going to come back, like Rantanen and Landeskog. Number 2 seed, I think it's going to be Vegas. I like their tandem with Leonard and Fleury. 3, the Blues, and 4, Dallas.
All right. So then we got those. And we'll discuss more about what their matchups will be in another video. But right now we're going to do the playing games. All right. So now we're going to talk about the playing games. So we're going to start with the Eastern Conference. And at the top, we have the 8th seed Toronto Maple Leafs versus the 9th seed Columbus Blue Jackets. So, Jack, why don't you take it?
This is a really good series, I think. Columbus, everybody ripped Columbus off at the beginning of the year, including us. I mean, I didn't think they were going to be that really good. But they got a great coach. And talent doesn't really matter. You got to have a lot of heart. And Toronto, they're chokers. A lot of talent. They fired Babcock.
Yeah.
They really weren't playing that well. I think they were the 8th seed in the they are the 8th seed in the East. So it's a best of 5. I'm going to take Columbus. They're healthy. I'm going to take Columbus 3 games to 2.
Well, I know what you mean. Columbus, they had a big upset last year. Can they do it again? I'm not sure. But can Toronto even just get past? I mean, this is just a playing game, but it's basically like a first round. So can they get past the first round hump? And they got to start somewhere, and I think this year they finally get it done, or they finally win a series. I'm going to say them 3 games to 1. They just have way more talent than the Blue Jackets, and they're just going to get it done. So now we got the 5th seed Pittsburgh Penguins versus the 12th seed Montreal Canadiens. So, Jack?
I'm going to go Penguins in a sweep. Penguins are like one of the best teams. I think they're like 5th overall. But since they're in the East, which is really talented this year, they're playing in the playing games. They're better than most teams in the West. And Montreal is the worst team out of any team that made the playoffs. They're a 500 team. They're number 24. Yeah, Carey Price is Carey Price, but he's not like god. He hasn't been as good as he was like a couple years ago.
People
like, when he
keep
won the
saying
Hearts. He's not the best goalie in the league.
People keep saying he can like make or break a series. I don't believe that. I mean, yeah, Carey Price, but he's not the Carey Price he was in like 2015 or whatever it was. Yeah. He's just another average goalie, honestly, at this point in his career. Which, I mean, nothing like bad about him, but he cannot. There's no way he's going to be able to lead, like, bring any hope to the Canadiens.
Like, obviously, anything can happen in the playoffs, but I'll be absolutely shocked if Montreal
team like the Penguins.
I mean, we got Gensel back. We're so healthy. Yeah. Penguins got Gensel back.
The Penguins got Gensel back. Yeah, so I'm going to go also a sweep here, 3-0. Like Jack said, it's literally the best team in the playing games versus the worst of East and West, best versus worst. Pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah, I know that doesn't matter, but it's still it's hard.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows the Penguins are going to win this one.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that doesn't add too much fuel to the fire for the Canadiens, but I don't think it'll help them anyway. So next we got the 7th seed Islanders versus the 10th seed Florida Panthers. So
none of these teams excite me. I don't think any of them are going to get really far at all. Florida, another disappointing year, underachieving. Islanders, a boring team, but good defensively and one of the best coaches in the league. They lost a lot. They had a great start. They kind of went downhill towards the end. They weren't even in a playoff spot once before the pause. But Florida has better offensive players like Barkov, Huberdeau. Bob, he struggled in the playoffs when he made it, and he struggled this year. But they got Quenneville. In a 5-game series, I think they'll win 3-2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same actually. I think I originally had the Panthers 3-1, but I think the Islanders will make it tougher than that. I don't think the Panthers are that good of a team, although like they're top 10 in the league in goals for. But it's crazy. Like now they've got who I've thought in the past 5-10 years one of the probably top 3 goalies in the league in Bobrovsky, and now he's just not getting it done at all. He's playing terrible hockey. But I think they'll still be able to get it done. And 3-2, Florida Panthers. So last in the East here, we have the 6th ranked Carolina Hurricanes and the 11th ranked New York Rangers.
Personally, I think this is the best series out of all the playing rounds. The Rangers are a hot team towards the end. A lot of people were thinking that maybe they could make the playoffs if the season in pause. Hurricanes, another really good team. Dealt with some injuries, but they're healthy now. Like Hamilton, he'll be back. I'm not ready to yet jump on the Rangers bandwagon. Kind of reminds me of the Browns. Everybody thought the Browns would be good, and they end up sucking. Everybody wants to think the Rangers could be great. They could go all the way to the Cup. They're a young team. I think they have a bright future, but Carolina has that it factor in the playoffs. They seem to always do good. I think they're a better team overall, more depth.
Yeah.
And they'll be healthier. Like I said, Hamilton will be back. I'll take Carolina 3-2.
Yeah. I mean, Carolina, they're getting a lot of players back. I saw they were also a team that was really hurt prior to the pause, and now this is nothing but good news for them. But the Rangers do have the season series over them, and I mean, I know that's not much, like anything can happen in playoff hockey, but Panarin's too much. I think he should win the Hart. And I think he's going to lead the Rangers to the playoffs here. I think they could have got in too if the season didn't pause. They were
a couple points out.
Yeah, they were absolutely tearing it up. They were 4 points out. A lot of hockey left to be played. So I'm going to go with the Rangers 3-2. And so now we're going to switch over to the Western Conference. And first, it's going to be the 8th seed Calgary Flames versus the 9th seed Winnipeg Jets.
Again, like the Islanders and Panthers, I don't see any of these teams going pretty far, but somebody has to win it. I'll take the Flames 3-2. I just think they're a better team.
Yeah, I mean, Hellebuck was another Vezina nominee, I think, but I don't think in Calgary, with last year,
I don't think Winnipeg has the leadership to go far anyway.
Winnipeg does not have the leadership to go far at all. Their captain, he's kind of a wuss. He thinks he's like this big man, but
he said he didn't even know what the NHL draft was when he got drafted.
Yeah,
how are you an NHL player don't know what the NHL draft is?
Yeah, no, he's a bit of a joke. He plays it for the media.
Cool. Yeah,
he thinks he's like hot stuff, but no. yeah, the Jets just don't have it.
Yeah.
So I see them going out 3-1 to the Flames. I just think the Flames are a more talented team. And I mean, last year was last year. They got upset, and I think that they're gonna rebound a little bit, just get back into the playoffs. But I'm not too sure about or how far they'll go from there. So yeah. Next, we got the number 5 Oilers versus the number 12 Blackhawks.
A huge upset here. I'm going to go with the Chicago Blackhawks 3-2. Obviously got the 3 Cups with Kane and Taves, Seabrook and Keith. They're still there. They got the experience. McDavid and Draisaitl carrying the Oilers. They're really not a good team besides those two. I mean, they absolutely carry them. I think Chicago is going to get that taste of playoff hockey for the first time in a couple years. And I'm going to take an upset. There's always an upset.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Chicago 3-2.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm just not the biggest Blackhawks fan. Not really on that bandwagon. I think Kane is a great player, great American, but he's really all they got, I think, right now. DeBrincat, he's not playing as good as he did last year. Strome, I mean, he's proven he can't really play in the NHL. Kubalik, though, he's a good rookie. He'll be there in the future. But their veterans are just too old, and they just aren't going to be able to get it done. I say Oilers 3-1. Yeah, McDavid and Draisaitl. I mean, granted, they do carry them, but I think they're going to easily get past this relatively weak Chicago Blackhawks team. So
they are weak. I mean, they're the 12th seed. But.
Yeah, so not too sure about them, but we'll see. Next, we got the 7th Canucks versus the 10th Minnesota Wild.
This is a very interesting series. You got one team in the Canucks who I believe are on the upswing, and a team like Minnesota who's kind of probably going to start a rebuild here. They played very well towards the end of the season, Minnesota. Really, they were making a push kind of like the Rangers to possibly get in. But Canucks, they have all that youth on that team. Quinn Hughes, I mean, he's unbelievable. He'll probably win the Calder. So I think Vancouver's going to win 3-1. They have more talent. They seem like they have that it factor. So.
Yeah. I mean, I know Minnesota. Yeah, they did have a good run there towards the end, but yeah, it's just they're getting old, and it is a shame. Would have liked to see them make like a good run to the conference final at least once with that Parise Suter, Dubnyk
don't have
group.
enough.
But yeah, they just don't have the depth, and they got rid of Zucker. Yeah, well, they got rid of Zucker. Like they're getting ready for a rebuild.
Yeah.
They're shipping them to the Pens.
I hope they do well. I love Billy Guerin, the GM there. So.
Yeah, I really do hope for the best with the Wild in the future. But I also am hoping for the best with the Canucks because beautiful city, Vancouver. Beautiful city. I was there last summer. Beautiful. So I'm going to go with the Vancouver Canucks. 3-1. Honestly, Dubnyk not playing the best hockey. And yeah, like you said, Quinn Hughes going to be finals for the Calder for sure. And we got to go see the Canucks play in action this year. Great team. Yeah. Really great team. Put up 6 goals. Nothing against them.
They're a good young team. They got a bright future.
They do for sure. And I think this is going to be the first little baby step for them. Just getting into the playoffs again. Getting a little taste of playoff hockey.
Yeah.
So last matchup. We got the number 6th Nashville Predators versus the number 11th Arizona Coyotes.
This is a great series. I mean, these are 2 big defensive teams. I think both of them they could make a run at this thing. Arizona, I was really high on them from the beginning of the year. I thought they were going to have a good year, make the playoffs. They had a great start. Then they ran into some injury problems. Kemper was out for a while. Talkett's a great coach. They got Kessel. He didn't have the best year, but he shows up in the playoffs. Now that the Coyotes are fully healthy, and after this pause, I think no team benefited more than the Coyotes and the Penguins. So now they'll have their starting goalie back. They'll be fully healthy. I think they're going to win 3-2. I think it's going to be a great series, though. Both teams can go far, I think.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Nashville just has what it takes to win a series. They got the goaltending. They got the defensive, literally great, one of the best defense in the league every year. And then offensively, they have Johansson. He hasn't been playing that good, though. Kyle Turris, Duchesne, a lot of good depth, solid guys. And then the Yotes, and they got Taylor Hall, Hart winner a few years back. Kessel should have won the Conn Smythe in 2016. They got probably the best goalie tandem, I think, in the league in Kemper and Ronta.
Rick Tocchet.
Yeah, Tocchet, OEL, Hjalmarsson. They're a good team. And
Nashville's a good home team playing in front of that crowd in Nashville. They won't have it.
I know, but they're not going to have it. Yeah,
so that's the thing.
And that would have been huge for them. And I mean, originally I had Nashville, but I think I'm going to go with the upset now. I think I'm going to go Yotes. I'm going to go Yotes 3-2. I just think they have what it takes, and I think their goalies are going to show up.
Nashville didn't really have a great year. They fired their coach.
Yeah, things were weird for them.
They really were floating, and they're a great team. But
I don't know. Yeah, I think this just might not be their year, and this is going to be the year for the Yotes. Just same with the Canucks, just a little taste of that playoff hockey.
Yeah.
So that's it for the playing game for me. In the East, it goes Tampa versus New York, Panthers versus Boston, Toronto versus Philly, and the Penguins versus Washington.
Yeah. So originally the NHL was going to do a bracket format. So they're going to reseed it like they used to do. So 1 versus 8. So
yeah.
So mine is Tampa versus Florida, the Battle of Florida. Boston versus Columbus, Washington versus Carolina, and the Battle of PA, Philly versus Pittsburgh.
And then for the West, I have the Coyotes versus the Avalanche, the Flames versus the Blues, the Stars versus the Canucks, and the Golden Knights versus the Edmonton Oilers.
I have the Avalanche versus the Blackhawks, the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Coyotes. I got the Blues versus the Flames, and I got the Stars versus the Canucks.
So we'll get to that video in a few weeks, maybe whenever hockey finally starts coming back a little bit.
Yep.
But we just wanted to do this one real quick, just to get our thoughts out there, because I know everyone's wanting hockey back. Everyone's got their own thoughts.
Waiting, even though it's not going to be till August probably, but
yeah, it's going to be quite a while. But we just wanted to throw this out there. So thank you for watching. If you're still tuning in, and get ready for more hockey videos from us.
See ya.